But first to Tambo, and a team of young athletes from Tambo will soon be heading to the State Athletics Finals. 4 students from the Tambo State School, aged 10 to 12, qualified for the state finals after putting in fantastic performances in Chinchilla, where the regional finals were held on the weekend. Well, David Murtagh is a PE teacher at Tambo. He's only been there for 2 years, but it's fair to say that athletics at the school seems to be blossoming since he's been there. David, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, as a PE teacher, you must be really proud.
Yeah, I am actually really proud of them. They've done extremely well. Sometimes, part of me just doesn't believe how well they've actually gone. So I'm really, really proud of them.
It is quite an achievement. Just how many students are there at the Tambo State School?
68 students, I believe.
And so to have 4 going to the state finals, it must be something of a David and Goliath thing, really, this little old school beating the bigger ones.
Yeah, it does seem that way. The kids here are just so determined and so keen to just get out there and do their best. I think that's probably their best attribute, really. They're just ready to go, and a little bit of coaching, a little bit of, help them feel good about themselves, and then they can they just take that with them, and then they seem to do really well.
So what events in particular did they qualify for the state finals in?
Most of them qualified for the 800 metres, so I reckon that is probably off the back of the cross-country training and things like that, so they're all reasonably fit. And then the others, we got discus, shot put, long jump, 100 metres and 200 metres.
So it's actually quite a variety with the discus and the shot put in there. What is this really down to just how much practice they're getting now at the Tambo State School?
Well, they do get their hands on the gear a little bit more, so they can practice, and sometimes they get one-on-one with me, whether it's at lunchtime or after school. I just think it's natural ability as well, and when you mix that with sort of self-belief, you can do anything you want with them, really, and that's the best part.
Do you think that there is a bit of natural ability that might sometimes fly a bit under the radar in Western Queensland?
Oh, 100%. Some of these kids don't have access to a lot of the gear and a lot of the training that, say, the bigger schools and the bigger cities might. And because of that, they sort of just don't get the opportunities. And when they do get the opportunities, their skill and their talent really comes out, and it's awesome, really. It's really good.
Well, it's outstanding for anyone just to qualify for the state finals, especially from a school as small as Tambo. But do you have any big hopes, or who's the biggest hopes for the finals?
I think they're all going to do well, and it's hard to put my finger on any particular student, but I think they're all going to train really hard for it, so they're all going to be ready to rock and roll. And I'll support them up until they go, and I reckon it's hard to tell who's going to do better than the other, but they're all going to do really well.
Bit harsh for me to ask you to pick someone, but I guess we could say, what event do you think will be the most successful? Will it be the 800 on the back of that cross country?
Well, given that 3 of them will be competing in the 800, that could well be the most successful one. However, we do have a few quick runners and things like that, so the 100s and the 200s might be quite successful as well.
So where and when will the state finals be?
The 18th and the 19th of October in Brisbane at the Queensland Sport and Athletics Centre. It's the old ANZ Stadium, so the Tambo kids going there, it's just going to be huge. They're going to love it. It's going to be the biggest stadium and the best experience I think they're ever going to have.
The ANZ Stadium sounds absolutely marvellous, and I'll make sure that the regular breakfast presenter, Danny Kennedy, catches up with you just to see how it's all gone. David Murtagh, thanks very much for your time this morning.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
David Murtagh is the PE teacher at the Tambo State School, and there'll be 4 young students from the Tambo State School heading to the ANZ Stadium in Brisbane in just over a month's time.